North with a well-fought, well-earned victory over on Inferno. 16-14 in the end, and now we're heading to Liquid's home map. Their choice of Mirage. I'm Vince, joined by Dust. And the loser of this game, Dust, like the crazy thing that we're actually saying here is Liquid are one map away from being eliminated.
In last place. Like, that's the other caveat you have to add to it. This would be the first time that Liquid have ever fallen in a group stage at a tournament. They've played 13 LAN events heading into this event. They made 10 finals. They won 7 titles. They've always, placed inside the top 8. In fact, the only 2 top 8s they have are the 2 majors. Everything else has been in finals appearance or the 1 semifinals elimination in New York. So this would be unprecedented for Liquid if they were to go out here and now. But we are on Mirage, and I think it's important to note just like how big of an edge Liquid truly has on this map. Liquid are on a 13-game winning streak on Mirage on LAN coming into this matchup. Also, great overall record. Meanwhile, North coming to this game 1-9 on LAN on Mirage, Vince, and a couple of those losses came from the courtesy of Team Liquid. Now, that does lead me to say that North could have went back, looked at the film of those 2 games, got a feeling for what happened, and maybe come back improved, but I mean, there's just a massive gulf between the results of these 2 teams on this map that you feel like Liquid have a great shot at forcing a third. Like, forget the skill advantage, forget the overall results for the year and all that good stuff, ranking. Those are already all in favor of Liquid. But this map in particular, it's like so one-sided in favor of Liquid. It really shouldn't be a problem for them. Shouldn't is the key word, though, isn't it?
Yes, because, I mean, honestly, on an Inferno, although North
kind of thought the same thing, yeah.
on a poor team, we did assume that, Liquid would have that fairly comfortably, that, any of the jet lag memes, obviously aside, but any of the issues they had with traveling would have been somewhat resolved, as having a bit of time now to be in Malmö and get a bit of rest after last night. But wasn't the case. North performed very well above my expectations. We had players like AZ absolutely teeing off on that CT side.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
We're going to have to wait and see if they can do it again, Does. North at least will be on the CT side, though. They could push up a decent amount of rounds to kick things off.
Yeah, I mean, look, Liquid were like, let's say Liquid were like this is an example, like a 75% favor on the last map. They should be like a 90% on this one, though. Like, this is way more in their favor, you would think. But we'll see. Pistol round is underway. Liquid looking to do some type of mid-A split right away, but Kirby getting aggressive on the catwalk could disrupt it.
Well, Kirby only with the 1 kill. Stewie 2K does spot a second player up there, which is going to be Velda. And now Yugi goes for the peek through window, as does Valder, and it's Liege again. The 25 kills he posted up on the first half of Inferno, looking to pick up from where he left off. AZ with 2 kills on the cross. There's a third, looking for a 4th one. He may have just won this round for North. He's turned it round. This man is absolutely on God mode right now. Nothing can stop him.
It's just insane what we're seeing from AZ events. It was time and time again with that SIG on the CT side for North on Inferno that really seemed to steer them at the finish line. Now he's carried his form over. He's found a quad kill on the pistol rounds. Great start here for the Danes on Mirage to pick that one up. Liquid will just be going for a full save 5-man push towards the B apartments. A nade stack from Valda and Kirby could do a lot of damage. It's a little bit too early, but they're still well set up to defend against this.
Molotov down into the apps is going to stall Liquid a little bit longer, and they can try and take the initiative behind this. North going to get Valda in there with Kirby, getting a crossfire established. I don't have a Molotov on Liquid to throw onto the balcony. They're looking for a potential boost to see over the smoke, but it's not going to work out for them. So once this smoke clears, maybe Kirby will play a bit of bait and see if they just run into Valda's UMP. They're going to get sprayed down, but Valda actually can only get the 1 kill. All the insta-dink on Kirby, and he's whiffed his spray entirely. AZ now again. It's down to him to deliver fatalities across the board on Liquid. Another 3K on his behalf. Now Stewie 2K finds himself in a 1-on-2, is outflanked, outgunned, and has been laid to rest. North 2-0 starts.
A little bit scary for a moment. It really shouldn't have been, considering North's firepower advantage, but they still weathered the storm nonetheless, so it's almost no harm, no foul, although they had a little bit of rebound they didn't want to, I'm sure. But it lets them upgrade to all the M4s, so it's still where you'd want to see it anyhow. Liquid onto the full buy, no AWP in play here. It's just going to be the SIGs and a couple of AKs. Stewie watching for the underpass push, and he's going to sniff it out right away. Pretty much a default opening here from Team Liquid. Nap a long time, they're outside A player. Twist usually playing the apartments. He is. Stewie is the one that kind of flexes around. Nitro and Elish being that 1-2 combo. No op in play, obviously, but still the guys leading the charge on the mid control are getting a good bit of it. It's a weird stack at A from North Fins. Guess you got to gamble in a 4-on-5.
Suppose it also shows their intent that if Liquid do go to B, they're just going to save together. Because their economy being in such rough shape. It looks like Liquid are about to walk into this 4-player stack. The gamble may pay off, or they may be massacred where they sit. They're all in very close-knit angles, the likes of the MP9 of AZ. Valda has shown himself now, but a bit of information has been gathered as well from the Dane. Falling to the rest of his teammates, Molotov going in. Here come the bullets, they're going to line up for Nitro. Doesn't quite keep spraying, not entirely sure if a second player is there on Firebox, but that's all down to AZ now. The last man standing. There could be some shenanigans. He could deny this bomb plant. There we go. And he's got him. Oh, I thought he had the second kill, but the MP9 completely wrecked him.
Oh, you did fancy his chances there for a bit, didn't you? I mean, it still would have been tough to win the 1 versus 2 after that, but he almost strung that along a little bit longer than expected. So North gamble, and they roll the snake eyes. They're on the right place at the right time, but they couldn't make the most of their opportunities. Now they will have to essentially take the full save. This is where Liquid could go ahead and tie the game up.
This is where you think that the Liquid machine should start to really start chiming together a little bit. Rack up the rounds, put the pressure on North.
Yeah. 5-man push here from North. Not going to be able to find too much with it, though. Elysian, Nitro, the main top mid players for this team, more than ready to handle this. And now Stewie up the underpass as well, mops up. So it's going to be 2-all. One thing I've noticed really quickly here from North is it seems like they swapped their CT spots again. Valda had been kind of the A-bomb side anchor on this map most recently. He's played B in the past, though. Him and Kierby have swapped around a lot. Funnily enough, though, Kierby has stayed B, now with Valda, so that pairing is kind of a little bit new, and Gade is back over towards the A-bomb site. AZ maintains his normal position, same with Yugi, obviously, with the AWP. So just something to keep an eye on, that they have made some tweaks here in recent months.
Molotov tossed onto the ladder room. It's going to force AZ to stick up there, potentially drop into window. Flashes being hoyed over onto the B side, where I was about to say Valda resides on the site itself, but he's been swept aside. AZ has also been obliterated. Street 2K from the backside onto Kierby, who is trying to flank up shorts. Another one onto Gade. So a much better start on the side of Liquid this time around. Keeping the economy in the slums, and Yugi with an AWP will try and save and push through CT side boxes. But Shui is there waiting, anticipating the save. Liquid will allow no survivors.
Yeah, definitely a great start here from Team Liquid. Not much North is able to muster up, and now they're on a save again. Also, a quick score update for the other game. You got Mouse Sports taking on Evil Geniuses in an elimination best of 3, which I can't believe those words are coming out of my mouth, considering how good those two teams are to be down there this early, but it's happened. Mouse Sports is up 1 map in the series, and they are up 7-0 in map number 2. So EG, this could be a quick high to low situation for that organization. The trophy, and now maybe a last place. That's pretty brutal.
It does seem like the tournament of upsets for the time being.
Oh, yeah.
AZ and Yugi on the back foot. I mean, we anticipated Liquid to have a pretty stern, rock-solid performance on Mirage, but with North losing out this early on after picking up the pistol, and keep in mind that pistol was off the back of some AZ brilliance with his USP. Right. And the second round, they nearly lost the B site, nearly lost the round. So even the 2 rounds they picked up, thus, didn't look like they were going to go their way.
It's very true. Again, this is just kind of the expected result, considering how good Liquid are on Mirage and how poor North's results have been, particularly head-to-head against Liquid. Kind of set that up at the beginning of the stream, and so this was the expectation. Anything that North can do to go against that would be kind of miraculous and a great storyline in itself. I mean, it was already great to see them get the upset on Inferno.
Yugi again deciding that CT boxes is where he wants to make his last stand. This time he's done a little bit more damage on his way out, but the end result is the same. No save weapons on the side of the Danes, but here comes a buy.
Indeed. It's going to be the M4's back. AWP in the hands of Yugi. Liquid still not going to have an op in their hands. Again, they love these fall sit-ups. Nitro still does do a good bit of opping on the T side of this map, while he has given up to Stewie on the CT side, which we'll talk about later as we get there. Default opening here from Liquid, as default as it gets for everyone on the team. Stewie sometimes will go underpass. This time he was playing top mid from the start. They are going to bring that bomb back over to the A side, though, pretty quickly. There is only Gade here playing a forward ramp position, as there's a bit more of a focus on underpass and B-bomb site here for North.
Yeah, again, going for a bit more of a gamble over on the B side of the map. It doesn't seem like the gamble may pay off. 4 of the 5 Liquid players are already congregating through ramp and palace. Twist going to be the first in. Gade has been successful with his initial encounter.
And gets
He
away.
gets a piece back. Yeah.
That's the biggest piece. Now they can get the rotation over. Now all of a sudden that B-bomb site's not a problem.
However, his head has been claimed by Nitro's SG. And the flood of terrorists start to make their move onto A, make their presence known. Stewie 2K gonna come out second best against Daisy. M4 spray, they both line up for Valda. He won't miss that chance. It seems like North are gonna finally get their hands on a bit of success. And with 4 players alive, no less. With the bomb down, Nafly can only save.
I can't tell you how important it was that Gade not only got that kill on ramp, but then got away. Those extra few seconds were so massive, considering North had 2 players on the B-bomb side, and Yugi was playing catwalk with the AWP rather than middle, so his rotation's a little bit longer to assist the A defense, which was basically just Gade. So, fantastic work by North, particularly Valdo with those big kills on the rotation through the jungle. That's going to be 3 now for North, so they're fighting back a little bit early here. They had the 2-0 start. They let a run of Liquid happen, but now they're right back on the scoreboard. Still plenty of money, obviously, for Liquid, though. And now the AWP does come out, and it is going to be Stewie 2K. I know that he had taken over the primary op on the CT side of Mirage quite a while ago. Nitro is still kind of doing a lot of the opping on the T side, but it seems like it's fully gone over to Stewie 2K on this map across the board. A little bit of a flub made there from NAF, but not a big deal.
It has been one of those strange areas of Liquid, and we did kind of touch on it yesterday when it comes to that AWPing. They don't really have a world-class sort of like tier 1 AWP, you know?
Right. Obviously been able to get away with it because of the skill set they have everywhere else. Yeah. And the fact that they have people who are capable of using it. Like Nitro, for instance, is like a sick overpass hopper. Like it's unreal how good he is, particularly on the CT side of that map. But yeah, he's given it up on other areas, as it wasn't his natural role to begin with. He was obviously always very much an entry fragger in the early days. Gade getting caught trying to push down the A ramp there from NAF. So the default, the mid control from Liquid is doing exactly its intended effect, which is pick up all the aggressions of North.
Which is exactly the same outcome with Nitro. Yugi tries his hand at playing aggro behind the smoke on short. Nitro is having none of it, slaps him away. In doing so, with the loss of Gade earlier, he's all alone on the A site. Closest player is Valda. They also have Kirby, who's lurking around the window side of the map. 35 seconds, more than enough time to execute. Smoke's going to start to become deployed. Nitro can quickly try and wrap around into connector. Kirby peeks out a little bit too early. Gonna cost him his life. Could cost him the round as well. Stewie 2K up close. Ups down AZ. And Valor gonna try and save. Does get tagged up by Nitro. At least fends off the initial assailant. Looks like he's gonna try and save on the B side. The economy for Liquid's not in great shape here, Dust. So chasing down and losing a couple of weapons not going to be the ideal outcome, but Elite's not going to let that happen.
Yeah, not going to let that happen. And now the money is in kind of a weird place for North because Yugi can't afford really anything. There's enough money for Valda, but then he wouldn't be able to get a rifle and armor. Really only Kirby and Gade could do like a really solid buy. Same with AZ, actually. Throw him into the mix. But I'm not sure if they would want to do that. Like, I feel like maybe upgraded armor, pistols get dropped maybe to Yugi. Everyone else able to buy their own upgraded pistol. Something like that's probably going to happen.
That is pretty much exactly what's happened, Dusty. Hit the nail on the head. Some pistols, upgraded armors, nades being purchased. There's the scout as well on AZ. Interestingly, it's not going to be Yugi that's using it. AZ instead. And I mean, to be fair, the way AZ's been playing, even on this map, you can see he's top fragging, 11 and 6.
Yep. And that previous round was just Liquid catching all of North's aggression. Like, you can see North was trying to kind of carry over a game plan from Inferno with the assertiveness. It just didn't work out there for them at all. And now the repercussions is this 5. But AZ actually, you know, doing all right. Got a kill. Almost lined up another one. Not quite, though. Scout is going to get recycled by Yugi.
Did look as though he's going to land that second headshot on the approach. But now normal service has resumed. There's Nafly and the rest of Liquid's body bagging North. Yugi tagged up. I think Twist wanted to Molotov into window to get rid of Yugi. That smoke, ironically, actually saves his life.
Yeah. Kirby trying to find something through underpass here with the Deagle, but all he finds is damage to himself. Naf seemingly picked up on this push from Valda, I think. So I think Liquid know that they're being flanked at A ramp. They have a bit of time, though, so they're going to work out the site first, but maybe not. Maybe Valda did find a good timing. I'm not sure.
Doesn't seem like anyone's going to watch the back, and now Twist does it more by luck than anything else while reloading.
Yeah. I thought Naf had hurt him, but I guess not. Didn't matter, though.
And there's also, of course, the problem of having pistols. Even if you do catch them flanking, it's not necessarily guaranteed that you're going to get a whole bunch of power from it. Kirby may be thinking about saving his Deagle and Kevlar. Kevlar's the main part of that puzzle, of course. We did always do some mini timeout as well.
Yep.
Over some ideas, because things have been going awry. It's safe to say on the CT side now.
Terrorists win.
The
Back onto the bottom.
7 rounds, 6 have gone to Liquid here, Dust. It has been pretty brutal to watch.
Kind of what I expected, to be fair, on this map. I think map 3 could kind of bring us back to a similar pattern to Inferno, where we actually have a hot contest on our hands, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to events. We'll see what North can do now if they have the AWP back in Yugi's hands and the M4s across the board. Although Yugi is a glass cannon and utility is limited for the CT side. Mid control being taken here by Liquid again. Just that classic default 1-3-1 mid control. That's Liquid has his foundation really well built on Mirage. Again, you always have to think, though, eventually Liquid can just pull the trigger on a fast play, a quick 1-4 or 2-3 split, a quick set piece with all 5 players. It's really hard to read Liquid, especially because Liquid keep dominating mid so much. Like, North don't even really have any information on them half the time. So it really just kind of sets Liquid up to really do whatever they want. Again, Gade looking to get aggressive at A ramp. He's done this a couple of times. He had success once, and that's how they won one of their rounds, actually. But he's also been picked up upon a time or two.
Similar pattern, though. You did touch on it. Mid control has been a constant on Liquid. They've been getting this time and time again, and with not much retaliation. When North have tried to play aggressively, it's been into the hands of Liquid. They've lost and hemorrhaged players. Going to be looking for a boost.
Running into a stack, though, actually, Vince. And there's already a rotation from AZ as well towards B, because Gade has pushed through A ramp. He's got the information. This could be a problem for Liquid. They're getting stalled out.
They are getting stalled, but they've got a couple of entries going their way. Elite just picked up the second one. Yugi counteracts with the AWP. He's still perched at the back of the site. A player advantage for no longer. It has been nulled and voided, but now that Elite has stood up with his SG, it's back. It's the advantage of Liquid. 12 seconds to go. They need to get this bomb planted. They're going to go for the plant on the upside. Could Gade take this away from them? No. Nafly just about got there in time. And Liquid will continue their winning streak.
Yeah, it's a labored victory, but to be fair, considering the situation where North was able to basically stack the B-bomb site and get a quick backstab with Gade, that's actually still great that you even won the round in a situation like that. Like, North had the perfect read and the good utility. They really should have probably won that. So the fact that Liquid can cut as brute force it is just kind of one of their trademarks. It's one of those things as a tactician that just kind of makes you shake your head, because it's like, well, what the hell do I do then? Like, I literally did everything perfectly and I still lost the round just because I lost the duels. And that's kind of just, it's got to be satisfying for Liquid when you can pull off rounds like that. Now North not with much to work with into this one. A great chance for Liquid to increase their lead to 8. 2 different 4-round winning streaks in the cards for them. Just 1 North round in the midst of it. And if North wouldn't have won Pistol, bro, this could be way worse.
Oh yeah, absolutely. 1 round in amongst a slew of Liquid rounds here. 2 smokes, flashbang. That's all that the Danes have on their utility belts collectively. Again, half trying to jostle with mid, with AZ with a scout, takes a couple of speculative shots and decides to back off. This is really where you feel like Gade is going to be tested quite a lot as an IGL on maps like this, where things are going so wrong for you.
Oh, absolutely. This is hopefully where the coach can kind of come in, help him out. Obviously, again, Valda is going to be able to be that second voice. I know AZ occasionally comes up with some of their strats. Remember, he came up with like some of their pistols, for instance. So maybe he's able to pitch in as well.
Kirby's woes continue. 1-9. Quite a drop-off from his performance on Inferno, where he was simply sublime. In parts, landed some huge passages of play. 3 players on A for North are going to be tried and tested, but it's AZ that's out in the open on the CT boxes. That's plucked out first, and the rest of the defense is just crumbling. Gade, Deagle, beautiful headshot onto Nitro, but shouldn't end up meaning a great deal to Liquid at the end of the day. They're still going to get a bomb plant. They're still going to get the round, and Gade can do little but hope for some exit frags. Liquid moving to an 8-3 lead.
And they've just been kind of coasting by. When you look at these rounds, most of the time they're barely even losing players. Like 5 of their 8 rounds, they've only lost 1 player in the process. So, I mean, that's kind of just pure dominance at that point. Only been maybe 3 close rounds this entire half outside of the 2-0 start from North. So that's going to have to change here pretty quickly. The Danes want to keep the 2-0 dreams alive and put Liquid out the tournament in just the craziest fashion ever. But Liquid seem up to the task to force them at 3. Again, opening up mid control, though Stewie does have the AWP and Palace, so it's a bit of a change. Meanwhile, AZ gets aggressive at mid, finds a leash. That's a big find.
Whew, Dewey. All right, then. AZ tried to escape with his life after claiming the first kill. Stewie is going to instantly avenge Elige's death.
It's almost by design. Obviously, it's not by design that Elige dies, but you're pressuring that guy because you want him to fall back in the jungle to give Stewie a chance with the op to find him. And that happened, but obviously Elige didn't want to die along the way, right? So it's less than ideal, but it's still an even trade. It's going to favor Team Liquid because now they are able to attack into a very vulnerable B-bomb side. It's just Kierby right now. Valda could rotate back. He's kind of watching the window, so he's not too far away. But depending on this timing, North are in real trouble.
I think Kierby at this point realizes he's absolutely boned, whichever way he turns.
Yeah, he felt
it's
like
all
a
over
diva
for
in
him.
that situation, didn't he? Like he just knew he was going to get stomped on after the window drop. A little bit of Mario thrown into the CS match. And so it is going to be 9-3 for Team Liquid, now a 5-round winning streak building. It's another round, by the way, where they've only lost a single player in the process. That's 6 of their 9 victories will have come this way. Not a good look for North, but again, this is kind of what we thought we might see.
I mean, a pretty depressing, harrowing statistic for North is AZ 13 kills by himself. The rest of his team have 15.
Yeah.
So someone really needs to step up, and it's Kierby that's having the roughest performance. 1 kill, but only 23 ADR, and he's much better than what those stats would suggest. He really does need to start to step up to the plate if North want to have any chance of taking us to a 2-0 score.
Yeah, it's really, really rough to see this from Kierby, isn't it? I mean, just considering how well he played the major, how well he played the first map, just it seemed like there's been a resurgence of him, but it's just not here on Mirage. AZ's maintained the form, but that's about it. Also, still seems like Valda is struggling to get back to the levels we're used to seeing out of him. Despite the fact he's given up the in-game leader role and got back to focusing on just playing it, it's still not there yet. Nitro with the opening in this one. Some mid-aggression gets thwarted once more by Team Liquid.
Oh, Kierby. Nearly with a beautiful flick down to Elige. A little bit too late, though, to save his teammate of Valda. Gade thinks better of sticking around in Palace because he knows if there's one Palace, there's likely to be more in ramp. Goes back in, but that Molotov actually works now as a wall for Team Liquid to move through. He is going to smoke it, keep them in 2 minds as to whether he could push or not. And he is to do just that. What a play by Gade, but Stewie up close and personal with the AWP. It's going to bounce straight back. Has the right idea. Oh my goodness, that's on. It's just the box isn't going to allow him to kill. Stewie, no.
Oh.
He really wall banged them both. Or smoke banged them. Yugi now is stuck behind the CT boxes. Try as he might to change different angles. If he comes out, he's likely a dead man. Going to utilize the smoke. But in that meanwhile, Liquid go for the outright bomb plant. Yugi's chances surely are minuscule. No flashes, no kits.
Yeah,
The wrong side of the site.
This is about as bad as it gets, Vince.
Stewie 2K with his second of the round, but had such an impactful round at that. Liquid already double digits.
Also, Twist was like the guardian angel in the 2v2. Like, Stewie almost got destroyed by that jungle rotation, but Twist was able to pick up on it fast enough to prevent that from happening, keep the 2v1 alive. So it's going to put Liquid at round number 10, sweeping through this half again. Outside the 2-0 start for North, haven't really seen anything from them. That round's a bit closer than the bulk of them, but still not close enough. North's still able to get a bye, but it's no AWP. Yugi on just a FAMAS. Liquid again, no trouble getting this mid control. They've only been really kind of stuffed once when AZ got a kill on a Liege, but even that got picked up on right away by Stewie's op and Palace, so that this really has not been anything here for North.
There's not much to be optimistic about here, Dust. I'm trying.
Oh.
But
Yeah.
everything is telling me this is going to be over real quick.
Every bone in your body seems to be quivering that way, yeah. That's a weird way to put it, but, you know. I'm not sure where I was going with that. It's like my new tagline. Happens very often these days.
Sure, he probably did AZ a favor, who's just burning alive anyway. Takes the bullet over the fire. And now Liquid, again, feel like we're a bit of a broken record, but have a player advantage. The map control certainly in their favor. And Gade, again, on A side alone. They're going to be boosting up onto the boxes. Sure, he has missed his chance at the kill. At least they know, as a result of that, there's 2 players on short side, and now Gade is going to have to try and deal and run the gauntlet. But he's done a phenomenal job, able to smoke it out, get the SG. Is he actually going to push this smoke? It's such a cheeky play, an audacious play. But it's worked out for the IGL of North. Desperate times call for desperate measures. And Shui now going to be picking up the SG and just running straight to the site. He's only got 5 seconds to go. He has to stick on the site. Gade around the corner. He's going to be able to get him down. What a beautiful round by Gade, though. That is such a big, huge play.
A big Gade play, that is for sure. Stepping up where he needed to most. He's had mixed results with the aggression at the A ramp, but this round it plays out perfectly. Maneuvering around that smoke very nicely. Gets to 2K up close on the corner. Plays around the smoke. Catches Naf. Gets Stewie down in the end as well. He allows the bomb plant, sure, but doesn't like money was a big factor anyway. Liquid had plenty of that. So conceding that wasn't the biggest of deals. And so North do find one more. Double AWP setup now as well. The only time they've really been able to do this. They have not had the money for it else. But now AZ will have that second op on the B apartments.
Well, he's changing the pace. Yugi has been evaporated.
Devastating scenes, Vince. I want to know where Yugi is.
Fan.
Like, he just disappeared. The Yugi I remember is gone.
I mean, he had some glimpses on Inferno, but he's just not consistently at that level that a lot of people are expecting. I think it's safe to say.
People thought he was the next device. Like that's
Yeah.
the level he was at on Heroic, a few years ago.
Sure.
When he came up in like 2016, 2017 time period. He even had his moments on Optic, despite the fact that team obviously had its issues.
He has faded somewhat, but this North team is looking to try and brighten up this half. Elige, though, he's not interested. He doesn't care. All he wants are headshots. All he wants are frags. He's picked up 3 of them in this round, moving to 14 in total. It's going to be 15 with a double tap at the end. And Liquid, a convincing, comfortable 11-4 lead. It could have been so much worse for North had they have not won the pistol and converted the second round. But we're going to find out if they can mount this ridiculous comeback to this short commercial break. Our Team Liquid tuned into Domination Station, and on their choice of map, they are looking to plow forward and get this done quickly to take us to Dust 2. But North, who did best them on Inferno 16-14 and had some pretty special performances, may have other things to say about that. However, on the T side, pistol round coming up. They're going to need to pick up this one, Dust, surely. If they don't, I fear the worst for them.
Yeah, and they're going to try to put their best foot forward to B execute here. A couple of smokes already coming in. The flashes will follow soon. Nitro and Elige being the ones that are going to have to kind of guard against this. But look at this. Stewie's already flanking B apartments, Vince. If they get held up any longer, they're in some real trouble. That or the retake's still going to be super powerful.
Yeah, a lot of it may come down to Stewie, to be fair, and he's got the first kill. The pressure now going to be mounting, but they're going to take it and force it down the throat of Liquid. But be careful what you wish for, because Naf at the back of the kitchen is doing a lot of damage. Kirby and Gade are both chipped in for kills, and the advantage is now in the favor of North. Couple kills there at the end, especially from AZ. I've really put a cat amongst the pigeons. And Twist with a USP insta-dinked as soon as he peeks the window. And finished off by Kirby. That's more like it from the Danes. Game is well and truly back on.
So first of all, you have to give credit to North for just jumping kitchen the moment they knew Stewie 2K was flanking B apartments. They knew they were going to get boxed in if they didn't make a play like that, so they made the play. That's brilliant, and they got the kills. That's how they win the round. Gotta tip your hat to that play. Secondly, cat amongst the pigeons. Can't pigeons just fly away? Cats can't fly.
Mate, have you seen how agile and quick cats are?
Yeah, but I mean, pigeons can fly. Like cats cannot.
Mate, that if you put a cat near a pigeon, the pigeons are gonna.
But they have wings, man.
Mate, I'm out.
I'm just saying. Gotta be a pretty piss poor bird to get caught by a cat, I feel.
Well, that's typically how, like, cats, you know, lions, tigers, whatever, hunt. They look for the weakest ones, right? They get the easy prey.
Suppose that's true.
To bring it full circle, that's what North are looking like right now for Liquid.
Indeed.
Well, they
Who
may
would win a
not.
fight between a horse and a lion, though, for real? I feel like the lion would totally wreck him. Like, if we're doing mascot versus mascot, North's taking that all day long, right? Horses are pretty brutal, though.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. Although, isn't the Liquid logo like Pegasus or something?
No, it's a chess piece, a knight.
Oh, feels bad.
Real-time strategy
in that case.
organization, right?
In that case, the North Lion definitely wins.
Yeah.
This round, they certainly are looking like that's going to be the case. 2 entries, pretty briskly done. Plant down to boot. And North also in positions to try and take away as many of these save weapons as possible. It's not necessarily about the Deagle, though that definitely would help in the next round. It's more about the Kevlar.
Vince, you ruined our accomplishment of not casting an entire round of Counter-Strike. Achievement not unlocked.
Is it an achievement, though, or is it a failure?
I mean, when it's a round like this, where there's, you know, nothing invested and Liquid are saving, it's just like, you know, gotta have a little fun sometimes. Also, I had this weird thing now where I've seen the challenge every single, like, idiom that you say.
Yeah, I've noticed.
I'm not sure why, I'm just challenging every single
Why is a cat
expression.
amongst the pigeons a bad thing? It's like, mate, do you not know what a cat is?
I mean, I know, yes, I've owned cats throughout my life. Plenty of cats around me, mate.
Well played. Very few people are gonna get that.
I mean, yeah, I mean, there's some of the major clubs out there, people, for sure, though. I've seen the fish head spam. I know they exist. They just lurk in the shadows.
Well, Liquid will be deciding not to pull the trigger. With this kind of belief, completely understandable. And why do you need to if Leash has a Deagle?
And scene.
That's an AK as well for free, man.
Yep, and he can drop the Deagle over to Nitro or Naf. Thing is, B is super wide open for the take, and it's just Stewie here.
Well, you say just Stewie,
my.
but that Desert Eagle can be so detrimental to North's health. He has finally been put down, but Elige still has the AK-47. And where Elige sits, there is a way back in.
And Nitro's now cat with the Deagle. He might blindside Yugi.
Flash into the kitchen. Looking to
Never
follow
mind,
up
Nitro in
behind
the
it.
apartments.
Try and stall, but yeah, as you say, Nitro in the apartments right now. Has the Desert Eagle. They're biding their time, trying to wait for him to get into the apps itself, but they don't have a kit. However, North don't have the bomb. It's actually dropped in a really awkward position. This definitely puts an extra spin on the round, and Elige just landed a one-tap. A 3K in the round for him. Yugi's about to get flanked from Nitro and Liquids. They've broken down North. Oh my dear God, what just happened?
Someone call the morgue, Vince. Get the body bags ready, because that's a round that will definitely put you 6 feet under. You can't be giving those away if you're trying to make a comeback effort here on Mirage. Liquid obviously making big plays with Deagles and making the most of what guns they picked up along the way. Obviously, you have to give props to making the most out of very little, but again, for North, that is kind of unforgivable. We'll see what they can do now on the buy, though. Not much behind it, to be fair. Someone's on the Galil, not much utility, no op. Gonna be tougher.
2 kills in succession. Liquid. Hot off the back of a triple spray from Nitro. 2 headshots. Turning the round back in their favor. It was looking like it was slipping away. Kirby, though, has 1 HP. On for the 1v3 clutch. Has a lot of time to burn. But Stewie 2K has a USP, and that's all he requires.
Man, like right when you thought that maybe North were going to make something happen, they just get absolutely shut down, man. It's like that one commercial where the guy's like, I got $1 for you. It's like some insurance commercial. Only Americans will get this.
American references at like 12.
Yeah.
That's
not a proper time window for that, is it? Maybe some dedicated North American fans are out there, though. Obviously, Liquid's elimination's on the line, so I'm sure there's some dedicated Liquid fans out there watching, even though it's early in the morning. Obviously, this should be a mop-up round for Team Liquid. Just Glocks here for North, and Elige is certainly playing into that nicely. There you have it, 14-6, Vince. Just 2 away from forcing Mat 3, which would be Dust 2. Matt, both teams are quite comfortable playing when you look at the results, but obviously, again, Liquid comes in as the favorite just overall. Well, we saw some great stuff out of Northdawn Inferno. Maybe once they get onto a map they're more comfortable with, we could see a better game. Still a chance for this one to get interesting, but not this map, it seems. Not so far.
I suppose it begs the question as to why they did leave Mirage up in the open, though. This has been every bit as brutal as you'd think. Elige, uncharacteristically missing quite a few bullets there. I mean, the SG spray is not ideal, but he will be put down eventually.
To answer your question, because North has a permaban on Vertigo. And Liquid obviously can play Vertigo, so that's why Mirage has come through.
North traipsing back through the T-spawn with the bomb. Looking like they could be headed towards the B side. Currently, it's only Nitro that's here, although could be a fast rotation from Naf, although he is pretty low himself on 19 HP.
What can North pull off here? They have enough utility to go for a good little B hit here. They do have a 4-on-4 and basically a 4-on-1 on the side itself, though Naf is not too far away from rotating. Might be able to find the timing here, Vince, to unlock something here on B.
That's kicked off well. Kirby neutralizing Nitro at the back benches. And that 1 kill will reverberate around the rest of Liquid, and they will try to save. 2 assault rifles and an AWP makes perfect sense. There's plenty of equipment value there. Just hold on to it. Vast leads. There's no rush towards the finish line in this best of 3. But North at least have been successful. They can grow their confidence a little bit, tick forwards, bit of economy as well.
It's been tough on North. I mean, they're going to find their 7th round here, but you have to understand that 4 of these 7 rounds have come off the back of 2-0 starts thanks to pistol round victories and Liquid taking saves on the 2nd round. So still have really yet to have much success on the rifle rounds, but at least they find this one, which they needed desperately, because Liquid would have gone to map point otherwise, and we would have been quickly on our way to Dust 2. But now there's a chance to maybe push this thing along a little bit further, though Liquid still have so much money. Still are able to get a full buy in here. Stewie is going to have the AWP. That's a playmaker you have to really worry about on this map. CT side, he can be all over the place. Nitro being back to a B anchor position now on this map. Also, I've noticed this. Valda was usually playing middle, being part of the main control group when he was in-game leading. Now he's back to playing the edge of the map. He's playing outside A now. So it is a bit of a change. Let's put AZ in middle. So that is, again, another role swap alongside the in-game leader passing to Gade.
Which I suppose makes sense. If you're the IGL, you want to be in the middle of it. You want to be in the thick of it, making calls on the fly. You know, if you're on the outskirts, it's sometimes hard to know exactly what's happening.
Yep, and if you're Valda, who's traditionally been an edge of the map player, and you're not in-game leading anymore, might as well go back to it, right? Try to get back to your strengths.
Ooh, Nate just chipping AZ. Thought might do a little bit more damage. Liquid have done a good job, though, of wasting quite a bit of time. Still over a minute to play with, though, for the Danes. But they have lost AZ. That's a big part of the puzzle that goes with him. 2 players situated in connector. There's going to be a smoke and a Molotov tossed out. One in return from Naflight. Instantly extinguished. Kirby just moves past the player on stairs, and Unleash is going to take him down as a result. Or at least he'll take down Gade. The IGL has fallen, but Kirby, who is looking to try and bounce back in this map after a woeful first half, is connecting bullets where it counts. Are North to be able to strike twice and connect the dots? There is a flank, though. It's going to be Nitro. And the bomb has gone with Kirby. They were looking to maybe duck out and go rotate to the other side of the map. Good smoke deployed.
Oh.
Nitro going to go for another repeat. 20 seconds left. Yugi
That's off the clock he should win. Yeah, it's all going to come down to whether or not Sui hits this shot. If he misses, then maybe he could get the bomb plant. But if not, I mean, he just loses on time. 100%. Yeah, not going to make it.
Easiest of shots for Stewie. 8 map points.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's just hard to see a way back in for North now. Like, they showed a little bit of life. They won that one rifle round to keep Liquid away from map point around sooner than Liquid were expecting. Now, though, running the gauntlet 8 rounds, they've never won more than 2 rounds in a row. And that's 2 first rounds at the half each time. Everything else has been around sprinkled in here and there. So 8 in a row, it seems to be asking way too much.
Looks like they may be trying to end with a rush.
It's a fake, actually.
Yeah, at least it's Gade that's rushing. No one else is really there with him. Has brought out quite a few grenades, though, on the side of Liquid.
So stuck.
He's trying to use that wall as a safety net, but it is quickly ripping apart. Stewie 2K also been forced over to B to deal with this. They may think that it's a slower kind of push. That's keeping a lot of CTs interested. Naf connects onto Gade, but now Kirby's going to show his hand and show North's hand as a whole.
Oh, man, this might work out swimmingly. But Naf gets that kill at B, and now I think Liquid knows what's up, because he didn't see anything else in the B apartments.
2 players back on the CT side. Advantage in terms of manpower and firepower with just a Deagle in Yugi's hands. Certainly the side of the NA team. A couple smokes and a flashbang. There are a few kits as well in play. Valda gets 2 antsy with that peek. Stewie will lay him down. Kirby spins around. That was an integral moment in this round, or was it after all? Stewie instantly counteracts. Valda at the back of the CT boxes on Tetris is doing so much work. CT boxes is Stewie. He's going to go in for the defuse and hope for the best. He's holding down the defuse. Surely it's impossible. Surely he's not going to get it done. Not quite. But North are both going to die to the bomb as a result.
Oh, that definitely hurts, though, right? It's really going to limit their buy going into this next round. Luckily for them, Liquid is actually run out of funds, so they're actually going to have to take a save, so North might be able to kind of steer clear of the economic situation. I think that round really just is truly off the back of Kirby. Kirby got the 2 most important kills that round, pretty much the only kills that North got that round, other than, you know, bomb explosion stuff later on. Just being able to get that kill on connector so early is basically what unlocked the A-bomb site for a plant in the first place. And he also caught that cat rotator. That really limited Liquid's retake capabilities. So tip your hat to Kirby. He definitely had a really cold start to this game where I think he was like 1-9 at one point or something crazy like that. So he's really been able to come back into this game and start having some impact just when North needed it the most to kind of, you know, keep the overtime chances alive. They still have a long road to travel to do it. And even in this round, bro, like, they don't have that much. I mean, you got a Deagle only on Yugi. There's a couple of AKs, a UMP on AZ, a Mac-10 on Kierby. There's at least Deagles out there for Liquid. So it's not that Liquid's economy is in the bin. They're actually not that bad off. I mean, considering that they could have been up against 5 rifles if North could have got those 2 guns out of there at that bomb explosion.
Yeah, I mean, to go back to the Kierby point, he was 1 for 11 at one stage. It
Oh,
was
okay.
that
That's even worse
grim.
than I thought.
Yeah, so he's now 13 and 18. Has really turned it around, getting a lot of entry frags, and just generally his aim seems to be back on point again. It's good to see. Team Liquid on more of a half wide than anything else. Have Gade to deal with, and he's feeling the headshots. Swiveling around like a turret. Kills across the board. Nitro, last player. CT boxes. Thinking about the peak to try and deny the bomb plant, but Valda, he had that covered all day.
Absolutely. So, Dust 2 is being avoided for now by North. Keeping their dreams alive here on Mirage. It's another situation where Liquid's economy still isn't quite there yet, so it's going to be kind of another upgraded pistol buy for them. North having a really good buy going to this. AKs across the board, except for... Never mind, AZ did get one. A SIG goes to Gade. So it should be a 10th round here for North. Starting to turn this into a respectable score event. Starting to finally see them have some success on rifle rounds in a row, rather than just one fit here and there along the way.
And it's true. It was looking like it would be probably 16, 16, 7-ish at one stage. Molotov down, but it's actually not close enough to deter Nap. He's going for 2 more. Okay, he's been silenced.
Yeah. Okay. When he picked up that rifle, you started to wonder a little bit. But now that he's been dealt with, it seems like North should go ahead and cash in on a 10th round.
Yeah, he did start to worry quite a bit for North when Naf, 2 kills, rifle picked up. He gets that next kill, the round could very quickly go the way of Liquid, could landslide out of control. But as it stands, a couple of scares and frights. I've navigated past them though, and we'll be landing on double digits. Shui can look all he wants around short. If he peeks down, ooh, the timing nearly works against Gade as he turns round. But Liquid will concede another one, but we are going to have a full, healthy purchase.
Yeah, you're starting to see Gade heat up right now for North. I mean, AZ's been playing a pretty good game all along, but now he's really come online. And that might be enough to keep this interesting. But now, as you noted, Liquid back onto the full buy. This should be where Liquid have a really good chance to go ahead and close this thing down. If North can win a couple more, though, all of a sudden you have to start considering that overtime's a possibility. We're not too far from that triple nade stack into window, but Stewie is able to get away. That could have been very dangerous.
Getting into a bit of a precarious position through mid. North utilizing a lot of their HEs. And Flash in towards the middle side. Try and buy up enough time. Similar to what Liquid were doing, time in, time out, getting mid-control.
Right.
It is an integral part of Mirage, of course.
Yep. KRB coming through underpass to kind of further reinforce mid. The bomb is back towards T-spawn. I imagine AZ will take it and kind of go towards the A side. Again, AZ was the outside A player prior to this role change with Gate taking over the in-game leadership, so he feels comfortable playing that angle. Meanwhile, KRB catches Naf at window. They can now even boost if they want to, but Elige, he's way ahead of this. Way ahead of this. That's an easy one for him. Gets it back into a 4 versus 4. The A hit is coming soon, but Liquid are in good positions.
Yeah, way ahead of the curve, looking back to see it coming from miles away. But Yugi, accompanied by a flashbang from AZ, does pick up his opposite number of Stewie, and it's starting to crumble a little bit for Liquid on A. Twist, the last man standing, with Nitro now making a move into connector. Maybe can help his teammate out. He'll do just that. There's 2 kills. Oh, the spray was beautiful from Nitro alongside Twist. What a way to end the map and take us to Dust 2.
Oh my god, they do finish it in style there. I was looking so good. I mean, Gate getting up connector, he's getting it picked. Twist is stuck under balcony, he's taking a shit ton of damage. It's like, oh man, like North might really extend this game, but Nitro understood the urgency, understood he needed to get there to help out Twist. Twist was doing enough to buy time. It allows Nitro to get on top of the stairs. They start a crossfire, and they win their fights, and now Liquid win their way into a Dust 2 opportunity. for a map 3 coming up here soon to determine who will be going home and who will be moving on throughout the lower bracket here at DreamHack Masters Malmö. I am Dust. With me is Vince. We appreciate all of you tuning in. Again, make sure you stay tuned because we do have one more map to go in this series and 2 more best of 3s after that. If you're enjoying the cast, you can give us a follow. Tune for casters in chat. We'll give you links to our Twitters. And also, if you want to get involved in the conversation on any of the social media outlets, make sure you're using the hashtag DHMasters. But without further ado, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be bringing you map number 3. Stay tuned.